Welcome back to a belated part 6. It's out. I did have to up a couple of wires, and now it's looking like a lot more space in there now. This is all footage from before I became ill. Most of it unplugs from the loom there, which is good, but that bit goes through the bulkhead round that, so I might have to take the pedal box out yet. But you know, in for a penny. It's just going to be easier with the pedal box out of the way, isn't it? So let's look at that next. So with the pedal box, so a 10mm nut up there, and potentially one, yes, somewhere up there. Don't think there's one this side, but who knows? So I'll just take some stuff off and see what happens. Yeah, so that does come off, but I don't think I need to touch anything else here. I did take off that sound deadening that lives up there somewhere, because that's no use nor ornament to me. And this stuff is also going because it's just a pain. It's just a pain, and it's amazingly heavy. And these are front heavy as it is, so I don't want that. I want light. Right, so that's all that stuff out, and there's a lot more room now, a lot more space. It feels cleaner. Yeah, one thing I am missing is the grommet that fits over that. I have to put the word out, see if anybody's got one. Yeah. So that's that mess down there, and it weighs a ton. Honestly, it's so heavy. It might be a bit noisier now, but I don't care. It doesn't matter. So I'm just going to push that through there, and then I'm going to have a lot of fun. Turns out, with a bit of lube on it, it'll go in both ways. Sounds wrong, doesn't it? Now I also know that I can get that massive grommet through the bulkhead both ways. It'll fit both ways with a little bit of persuasion. So I'm going to pull the loom through. I had to undo the bolts for this so I can slip the wiring past. But these cable ties are reversible, which is pretty handy, so I can undo them and then do them back up. Like that. So this old loom, I just need to take a few reference shots of it. Brake light switch, just so I can look back on this and say, why on earth did I try to do this? This connector with black and yellow wires is for the glove box light. I found out this is airbag wiring. It's just missing its yellow sheath. It is down there. So I think I've got another airbag loom, but I don't know if it's that long, because that's the steering wheel airbag. Right, so I'm going to take this loom out. So the good news is, this is where the airbag gets its power supply from, and that's the steering wheel airbag. 2 blue wires. I have another loom with the white on there, and the 2 airbag wires for that. And this is an undamaged, uncut, unbroken loom, so that is good news. I can put that in when I take this one out. This is the heater and fan blower power. There is one awkward cable tie that you can't get to under there, so yeah, I've had to cut that one, but the rest of them I have just undone. So it's all good, excellent. I'll keep taking it off. So the loom has been removed from the dashboard, apart from that, and that. So they are the plugs, or this is the wiring for the speedo, and the dash and the clocks. But it's behind this, so I may have to loosen the dashboard like I've loosened the heater box, so that I can pass the plugs through to get to the other side, because there they are, and I don't want to damage the plugs trying to pass them through this minuscule gap. I'm not really sure what the entire purpose of this is, but it's just come off in my hand. Oh no, it's come off, what a shame. So I can perhaps undo that and push the dash away far enough to get those through there when I put the loom in. Let's have a look and see what that brings. Yes, I've undone that, and I can see a bit of a gap through there, so I might be able to get the plugs passed through. There's much more of a gap through there now, and a bit through there, so I think we should be alright. I've just wedged something in there. I might wedge a bit of something in there also. It's going to be annoying because the loom is going to be right in the way. Did have to chop a lot more of this, because look at this. What's going on with all this stuff? This is the original Fiat alarm wiring, but I don't know what all these extra fuses are for. That's the Fiat alarm blue plug. So yeah, it's a bit of a strange one. Okay, we want that, and this. We just need to do that. There's a more bodgery here. That was for the widget, but we want that. Put that somewhere safe. Somewhere safe. Just remember that's there, because I will forget. So I've had to unbolt that off the dash. That's the I don't know. So that's all that stuff there. Anyway, and we're just gonna put that one in. It's not gonna be fun, is it? But anyway, we've got this far. So let's carry on, do a bit more. So we've passed the dashboard cables through, squeeze them through the gap. I can do that back up again. Airbag is plugged in. I've just got to put the bolts back in this, tighten it back up, because now the wiring is snugged behind it where it was originally, and pull them back up. Airbag wiring that there now is, because there wasn't, is there. There's the steering wheel airbag. This is just a big mess at present. So I think I'm going to put the fuse box in this and back together, and bolt it up so that that's a lot easier, because it will be. Yeah, so actually it wasn't as horrific as I first imagined it to be. It's not great, it's not fun, but it's not as difficult as I thought. So I'm just going to roll it back up, I'm just going to tighten this up, roll it back over, and then try and sort this out. Right, after much faffing around, fuse box is in and mounted and everything's plugged in. We're looking at the front side, but it's upside down of the dashboard. Our plugs are all there now. Steering wheel airbag, combination switch, bottom sections, combination switch, ignition switch, stuff. There might be some other bits missing somewhere around down there as we pass through the bulkhead there, which then goes that way, which might need twisting around a bit. I don't know, it depends how it all sits when I throw the dash back in the car. That's for stereo and the electric windows, mirrors, sunroof, switches, all that. These are hazard fog light switches, wiring loom, airbag stuff, and everything's cable tied in. Apart from that's not in there, but I'm not sure that goes in there just yet. Yeah, that's the old frame that was on the dash, the old one. This is the hinge part that goes through there and attaches to that bracket when I put it back in. I've just got to feed that lot through that hole there. I mean, that's not going to be difficult at all, is it? Some of this stuff won't fit. I mean, I don't even know what this wiring is. It's broken. So there might be a couple of bits to repair in there, but all in all, I'm quite pleased with today's progress. It has gone back together. That's not my cable tie. We've got the loom passed through and it's in, so now I can square this all up and retape it because it looks estate. Put it back together. See, this hasn't got aircon, but it looks like this loom was an aircon loom. It's slightly awkward because there's extra wiring that I don't need. I'm just going to pull the fuses out of that, whatever that is. I'm assuming that that's for the little module thing that sits on the top of here. Could be wrong, and I often am. So there we go. We're kind of back in. It's not squared up. But it is in, so I've just got to figure out the way that the loom sits so I can put the pedal box back in, because that'll be fun. Yeah, and then reconfigure the wiring so that it's in the right place. But yeah, it's heavy, that dash. It's heavy. Couldn't do it on my own. I needed some assistance, but the final sorting out of what goes where just needs to be done, and then I can hopefully bolt it up. You can see it's nowhere near where it should be at the minute, but I just wanted to sort the wiring out. So I'm gonna have to consult my earlier videos to see what the wiring looked like before.
hours later.
The pedal box is back in. The dash is bolted in, but it's not fully in. Not just yet. Clutch master cylinder is on. Brake light switch is fitted. Yes, all good. All that just for these. But anyway, they're in now. Great stuff. The loom's through, and I've kind of roughed it up where it's going to be. This is all kind of redundant stuff because that's all for the aircon that this doesn't have anyway. And I've just been retaping everything up, cutting off the old stuff that's no good, and I've completely not remember where it goes. Not that I ever did know where it went anyway, because you know, it wasn't. I'll have to look back on old videos to see if I can figure it out. But yeah, the loom's in. It's pretty much done up inside. Just a few bits and bobs left to reconnect the security immobilizer and whatnot. I don't think I've damaged it too badly. But you never know, do you? You never know. We shall see. So if this had aircon, may not have had a sunroof either. I mean, this car didn't have aircon. Yeah, I know what I mean. I get that. No one cares. No one cares. Right. Obviously the engine loom goes across there also. Just got to figure out things. Where the rest of it goes next. Oh, and I did. Turns out there was some cut off thing, and I don't know what that's for. I'm sure it'll make itself apparent as we go on. Yeah. But you know, it's in there now. I need to change those gear linkage cables because that is a late. Let's have a look at the gearbox. So this is a later gearbox. This is a 98 gearbox with Visco drive. There is our old dash loom. Lovely. Engine, great. New clutch, awesome. It does fit on the flywheel and it fits on the gearbox, so I'm happy with that. It's for an Alpha 147 GTA. Because it's just a little bit bigger than a coupe one, apparently, but I don't know that for sure. Well, I think I'm going to call it quits today because I'm aching. I was at hospital yesterday, so that was fun. You don't want to know where they put the camera.